Hey guys, it's today 1's. It's CJ
and T-Fit.
So today we're going to talk about a book that I wrote over the quarantine. It was just published in March, I believe it was, and it is called Sike A Dyke. And so my friend here, Finn, she read the book. Of course, I've read it at least 2 or 3 times. And so we're going to discuss the topic of Sike A Dyke and what it means. So basically, I wrote the book because, you know, it's a lot of negativity that goes behind sexuality. And sexuality is becoming more commonplace now. People talk about it more. It's not a secret. If you're gay, people are more accepting. And back in my time, you know, it was really taboo to be gay or lesbian or bisexual, whatever the case may be. And so I wrote the book just to bring light to what people go through when they're trying to figure out their sexuality. And so that's why the book is called Sike A Dyke, because a lot of times you will see a woman, she will be in a relationship with a woman, and then next time you see her, she might be in a relationship with a man. And so it seems like that person is like a, you know, they say bisexuals are greedy. They want.
I mean, excuse me, they are.
And they opportunist type people, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to write my story about my experiences coming out as gay, but not really knowing that I really wasn't gay. I was more on the bi side. And so basically that's what the whole book is about. I received a lot of feedback. Thank you for all the people who did support the book. I appreciate all the love, all the inboxes, all the DMs, the meetups behind the scenes, to talk about the book. And I just really appreciate all the support I received around the book. And I appreciate the people who were contributors into the book, like they were the actual characters in my life that help kind of like build me and create the person that is here today. You know what I'm saying? Like it took all those experiences to make who CJ is today. And so I don't deny any of those people. I appreciate everything that they gave to me. Because they have shaped me in a lot of ways. I never want to think anybody in my life has shaped me negatively, because I believe that everything plays out for a reason, and it's to really, you know, help create who you're supposed to be. So that's my take. So Ty, tell me what you got out the book.
I didn't get a chance to write my review, but I put it on my excuse me, my Instagram.
You ain't write it?
No, but I read it twice. I didn't want to put it down. I wanted more. Very proud of her, and it helped me learn her a little bit more, because for a time, you guys may not want to believe this or not, Carla and I, we were always together, but we weren't together. So within those 8 years, she was off to school, she was doing her thing, and I was doing mine. So there was a lot of things that I didn't know that happened with her, such as the abortion. I didn't know about that. We're talking about book, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm talking about how I got to know you a little bit more. But it was just certain
benchmarks.
Okay, but it was certain things in there that I didn't know, and it helped me understand her a little bit more. I've known her most of her life, and it's, you know, yeah, I know the story. But anyway, the history between her and I. So it got me to understand a little bit better about Carla, her different relationships. I never was too much involved in any of them except for 2 that I've known. I like I said, I thought it was heartfelt, very, I teared up. I just, all in all, I just thought it was a great book. I had to read it twice. I've said that before, and it makes me now more excited to finish my book. And yes, not to take anything away from her, but yes, I am writing a book as well, and it's called When the Tears Burn, and I'm excited about it, and we can talk about that later on. But I think, again, I mean, it's a beautifully written, excuse me. I wouldn't take anything away from it, just that I just wish it was just a little bit longer, but I loved everything about it. I was very impressed. Very impressed with my friend. She's very smart, and you know, she's just so, I can't think of the word that I want to say. I don't want to say closeted, because I said that earlier, but
Because
she's just so standoffish
I
about
am.
it. Like, that's it, standoffish about it. And that's a huge accomplishment in writing a book, because it's actually very hard, and you get writer's block, and I've had it for the last 3 years. So she inspired me to write my book, and I'm very excited about doing it, and hopefully I will get the same support. It's the same, but it's not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Our stories are definitely different, but they're similar when it comes to, you know, the gayness of the book. But
Right.
I think it took a lot of courage for her to open up to the world and to let everyone step inside her shoes for a while and be her, be in the moment. And that's exactly how I was, how I felt when I was reading. And I was actually in her moment, like it was like I was Carter. So that's what you definitely want to do. You want to keep the reader very interested.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was from beginning to end.
I'm happy that I got that reaction from people, that people really felt like they were experiencing what I was experiencing, because I've never written a book before. And when you read the book, there's a couple typos in there. So I learned a lot through the process. I know a lot of people have, not I'm gonna say a lot, a couple people have come to me in my inbox and they have asked, you know, how do you write a book? What's the steps you use? So my personality, I love to help people. That's something I'm very passionate about. Like, I love to help other people in their journey. I'm not the kind of person that wants everything to myself. To me, you can't enjoy life if everything is for yourself and your friends can't be reach their full potential or reach a goal that they need to reach. I want to celebrate with everybody, and if that's something that you want to do, you know, I love when people come to me and ask me, because it's not that hard. Like, back in the day, it was hard to write a book. You had to find somebody to publish it. You had to pay a lot of money to have somebody back your book and publish it and all that kind of stuff. But nowadays with Amazon, everything is very easy. It really doesn't cost you anything. Most of the time you put into the book is about writing it, making time to write it, writing out your ideas, you know, make sure they're in order, you know what I'm saying, and trying to make a colorful picture. And I always remember that from when we was in Rancocas. The teacher told me, and I'll never forget it to this very day, she said, when you write a story, you have to make it colorful. You have to make people see exactly which in your mind that you're translating onto paper. So that's what I try to do. You know, a lot of people did say they wish it was longer. It was more information in there. A couple relationships I didn't list in there. They weren't really important to me, so I really didn't feel like I needed to go there. I just wanted to like do a little quick snapshot of who I am and you know, my whole journey growing up, not really knowing exactly who I was. Like, I kind of want to say I knew who I was, but I allowed other people to push me in a direction that I might not have went had I not been pushed. I mean, it was still there in me, but I might not have acted on certain things. But you know, for the most part, I appreciate my whole journey. I love who I am. I love what came out of those relationships. I learned what I learned in those relationships. But as far as moving forward with my friends getting books, you want to write a book. My friend Thelma wants to write a book. So, you know, the first thing you got to do is just start pen to pad and start putting that kind of stuff in order, writing out your thoughts. Even if you don't have no order at first, at least just jot it down. Because to me, like, writing a book was very therapeutic. Like I was saying, it was during the quarantine. I was stressed. You know what I mean? Wasn't a lot to do. Couldn't go nowhere, really. You know what I'm saying? So why not sit down and write my thoughts out? That's what I did. And then from there, it just became Sike A Dyke. And as I was saying, it wasn't expensive. It was less than $1,000. And then mainly the money that you're paying for the book is really for your editor, your editing, and your your cover art. So that's basically it. Amazon is totally free. They get their money on the back end with the royalties and things like that. So if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it. My friend Fent, she's been wanting to write a book. It's, I don't know, probably like 20 years she's been trying to write.
Soften it, please. Soften it.
She's been trying to write this book, but as we had discussed in the past, you know, writing a book, especially about your life, and it's personal, it's therapeutic, and so you have to deal with a lot of things that you have buried, And you have to uncover all those things. You have to uncover all that pain in order to share with the public what you've gone through. And in order to do that, that's hard to do, because a lot of times when we go through traumatic things, we bury it. And it's hard to unbury something and face it, because you got to face it in the book, because you have to translate that passion and that emotion when you're writing it, or it's not going to be received the way it should be received. And I truly believe that when the time is right, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It might not have been a good time to write your book 5 years ago, because you might not have been in the right place. Yeah. But as we go further and you're going through your life changes and you learn so much about yourself, you know what I'm saying? You're going through relationships and things like that, and heartbreak, and you know, you're going through your child becoming a man, and you're going into a new phase of life. You know, this might be a time to put everything down in a book and share your life with the world. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be a great book. I can't. She
knows a little bit about it.
I do.
A little bit.
I do.
It's deep. So you once you read it, once it's done, and then you'll understand why it took me so long to write it, because I'm really going to open up to you guys, and then you'll understand me a little bit better, and you'll be like, I don't wonder why T's crazy, but it's been in a funny way.
Okay.
It's been a passion of mine, and this is a very personal, and it goes very deep.
Right.
So and it's things that like Carla said, I took a long time for me to want to talk about it, but now, believing in myself, it's nothing to it but to do it, and that's what I've been working on here and there. Her advice was great to me, what she just shared with you guys, you know, just start jotting down certain things. So I have 5 chapters.
Good.
And I will just tell you the 5, and that's it.
Well, you don't want to share with me your titles.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't want nobody stealing my steeds.
You can't have nobody stealing
I forgot copyright. But anyway, yes. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. So that's what I've been doing on my spare time. And I want to get it out. And I want to get it out for me, because that's one of my goals that I have set for myself. Like I said, you know what? Now it's the time. I'm getting older. If I need this to be done, like, ASAP. So, right. And I definitely want to share my life with you all. So,
and your son. I mean, this is
Elijah. Yes,
this will be a great thing for your son to have. You know, once you're gone. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. 45 years, 50 years from now, when you have moved on with life, you'll have this for your son and your grandchildren to know who their grandmom was. You know what I'm saying? Just to stamp you in history. That's the importance of it. Like this book for me that I wrote, I don't want this to stamp me in history with my daughter, because it's not a book for her. My next book will be a book for her, so she can understand who I was, and that book will be more about growing up. It'll have you and I, our relationship, our whole core circle of friends that we had back in that time, because they all helped build us.
Exactly.
So that book is going to be for my child. But this other book, this was not for CC. So this won't stand me in history with her, but the next one will. But as far as you're concerned, this kind of book that you're about to write, it's just going to...
I put it in there for the entry in my dedication. I dedicated it to.
Good.
I did.
This kind of book right here is going to not only help foster kids who've been adopted, kids who have been displaced. Is that the word? Displaced or misplaced? Displaced. You know what I'm saying? It's going to help a lot of different kids who went through what you went through, because basically growing up, you was transient. You know what I'm saying? You was all over the damn place. And I mean, I was to a certain degree, but I still had my grandparents' house and my mom's house. I can go back and forth. But for the most part, you was really on your own in an abandoned situation. And despite everything you went through, you was able to become who you are. You know what I'm saying? And to be sane, and to be productive, and to be a good woman, and to be a good friend, and be a good mom, despite all you endured. So I know this book.
You left that good lover?
I don't know that part. I don't know that part. I don't know that part.
When being in a relationship, I was a great partner, despite what she said.
You said lover.
That too.
Okay. That ain't for me to judge.
They know it.
But as far as in a relationship, you don't want me to go there again. Because you always said kick it back in. So let's...
Well, you're part of the reason why people think, and I swear, I believe people...
No, you are the reason why.
And I asked,
not the reason
and
why.
I asked, do I look like a player? And I get the same response. It's not mixed up, nothing.
You need a book just on that aspect, just on
Ladies
the player
and
aspect.
gentlemen, I am not a player. I cannot help that I got swag. You feel me?
It's a book about swag, or it's a book about is the tears burn?
No, we're not talking about the book right now.
The tears are burning because your ass has been in them streets, and then you didn't cause so much distress with the women in your life. That's why the tears is burning. But that's besides the point.
Lies.
Can I get a witness?
No, that's far from the truth. But anyhow,
yes, anyhow,
we're definitely excited on things to come.
Yes.
Definitely. So again, her book was phenomenal.
Thank you. I don't have a copy of it.
What'd you say?
I don't have a copy of my own book.
Why do you not have a copy of your own book?
I don't know. But my book is called Sike A Dyke. Is on Amazon. It is on Audible, and it is on Kindle. So please go out and get it. It's a great book. It is a typo or two in it, but it's a great book. It doesn't take away from the read. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you have any feedback from me, let me know.
Let her know. But I want to ask you a question. How did you feel about your high school classmates reading it and everything? Was you excited about that?
You know what? I got a lot of support from the people who I went to high school with. Like, and it was amazing to me. Like that everybody went out and got my book, and then the feedback behind it was just great. I don't know. It helped a couple people with their own children and what their own children was going through with their sexuality. I didn't realize I was going to get the feedback that I got from the book. I mean, really, I don't know. You really never know how you're going to touch somebody. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just telling my story and what I went through, and it helped somebody else, and I'm grateful for that. But the support, I don't know, it's just been overwhelming, and I do appreciate everybody who went out and supported that book and my life and my little story. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a little tiny bit of who I am, because that's not really all of me. I don't like to talk about sex. I'm not a person that talks about sexuality. You know what I'm saying? I like to crack jokes. I don't like to talk about me personally. I don't like that kind of attention. So that's why it's weird for people to have a little snapshot of me, who I am personally, because I don't really share all that. So it is kind of strange that people know certain things about me that I would never talk to them about over lunch. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because my sister called me. Mm-hmm. Nani, my sister Keisha, okay. And she was like, I read your book, and she just started laughing. I said, and I was like, now my sister knows me in a way I did not want my sister to know, but she did support the book. My brother also went, I told him he could not read the book. That's
Blue Bobby?
No, Shannon.
Shannon.
But you know, it is what it is. It's my life. I can't take it back. It made me who I am. I'm grateful for the person I am. And that is what it is. What it is. Sike A Dyke, Amazon, Audible, and Kindle. Anything else you got for the people?
Go get the book.
That's it.